And welcome back once again to Legion Square, the most exciting and challenging track of the calendar. And we've got lights out and away we go. Champ Stappen gets a brilliant launch from P6, now up into P5 as he gains an early position on skill max. Mr. Tino down the inside of turn 2 there, gaining up a position into P2. As now we go into the cocaine chicane, but skill max gets spun around by Champ Stappen there even before the corner came. Not a great start for him, but Britsky gets a huge hit from the Mercedes, who looks like being hit in the back by the Alpine. We had a bit of a chain reaction there, and undeniably we're going to have a lap 1 safety car of this crazy race. There's more to come.
So it's going to be green flags, safety car in this lap. It is Bruder and Mr. Tino and Mr. Spooky who lead the pack going for this restart over here. Stappen in the Aston Martin does a little bit of contact with Mr. Bryan behind as they go racing. Once again, Jacob is going to put Mr. Bryan under a bunch of pressure as they head into this next lap over here. As we now hop on board with Versatile, who started 20th, fighting against Brebrecki, I believe, for 11th place. He's going to be trying to get into the points. Our current championship leader battling out. There's a few collisions into the cocaine chicane, but it looks like Versatile and the Sauber ahead get away cleanly.
Picking up with Stappen, driving for Aston Martin now, already up to P4 here at Legion Square. He's all over the back of Mr. Spooky, and Spooky now in the clutch downhill. He will have to go for a defensive line, and he does so. Into the clutch, left, leaves Stappen no choice but to try and go for the outside. Through the tunnel now, going onto the bridge straight. The green rocket still hasn't found a way past Mr. Spooky. In the final corners of this legendary circuit, it looks like Spooky will hang on to P3 for now. Oh no, that's a massive leg crash! Mr. Spooky gets sent into the wall at high speed. He's in the middle of the track. We need a safety car. No! It's too late for the drivers behind. There's a massive pile of forms in the final corners of the circuit. Oh, and finally there's a safety car, but it's too late for those drivers.
It has been a chaotic race so far, as Mr. Tino is still second place, and he goes into the wall. Mr. Tino goes into the wall, and Champ Stappen is going to go to try and take advantage of Mr. Tino's blunder over there, and he slips into second position. That was a very costly mistake for the Haas driver, as Champ Stappen now inherits second. Tino goes and follows him into the cocaine chicane, and it looks like he's going to use his curves. He's going to use his curves, and he hits the rear of the Aston Martin, and Versatile coming out of nowhere, going side by side with his teammate. Mr. Tino tries a sneak peek around the outside, but Champ Stappen having none of it.
On the next lap around, then it's lap 10 now. Out of the cocaine chicane, Mr. Tino will be trying the exact same move he tried last time around. Blast all your curves down the strawberry straight here. Tino with a lot more curves on this straight, as he goes down the inside of the blind left, and that got so close. Tino almost ran him off the road into the wall there. Champ Stappen very lucky to keep his front wing. Still into P3 on the podium. Versa right behind as well, the other Haas driver. On the airstrip straight now. Quick left and prepare for the slippery right turn here, going up the uphill. Mr. Tino with the early lift gets a bit of a nudge from Champ Stappen in the back, and both the Haas now stuck behind the Aston Martin.
Yeah, you really got to give it to Champ Stappen, holding his own against two Haas drivers at the same time. As we hop on board with Skillmax, who comes into contact with Bluche. He pushes the Williams aside as he now goes to attack Acid and Red Bull. Down the strawberry straight they go. He has the inside line, and he gains the position into 14th. Acid is going to have to settle for 15th.
On board with T-Dash in the Red Bull, the reserving for R7, making a big statement to all the managers driving in the big points here at the most challenging circuit of the calendar. Is there anything he can do to the driver who's currently first in the Drive Championship? No. First he gets by quite easily and resumes his charge from the back of the grid. Into P5 now, he's definitely doing a good job. Skillmax behind will look to try and make a similar move on the Red Bull. He will have to hang back for now as they go into the cocaine chicane. It's crucial to maximize the track limits without putting it into the wall. And on the strawberry straight, will he dive down the inside of the fast left-hander at the end of the straight? It looks like he won't, which is definitely the smart thing to do, but also he's losing a lot of ground and time to the cars ahead. Being stuck behind the Red Bull is ideal for his race, but not for his championship dreams either, because he's directly still competing for the championships, both championships, the drivers and the constructors, but being behind the Red Bull doesn't help. At the top of the bridge now, can he finally make the move into the Apple hairpins? Ooh, it looks like he can, and that's Skillmax into P6. As he makes it 6, yeah, he does. Great move by him.
Alright, picking up with the race leader, the Alpine of Bruder, as he goes straight into the cocaine chicane. What a horrible crash. I believe he lost his front wing there. He's going to have to do a whole lap around the track now without that front wing. That's going to lose him so much time. The mighty corner even catching the 4 times drivers champion of guard, and that's going to be horrible for his race. Mr. Tino with a lot more curves down the Strawberry Straight once again gets past Champ Stappen, and then a couple of corners, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, there it is. Mr. Tino now claims the lead of the race. Champ Stappen gets past Bruder as well into P2. Bruder is obliged to move out of the way for all the racing drivers behind him. I'm not sure what he's doing. He's cursing and braking on the straights. This is, I believe, quite illegal as he causes a collision. And the FIA have decided to give Bruder a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision without a front wing.
So as we now hop on board with Mr. Tino, who is in 6th position after a few rounds of pit stops, Versatile is in 5th, just ahead of him. As we now approach the mighty cocaine chicane, Versatile going for that double overtake, and it looks like a car has flown off the track, hitting the wall. The cocaine chicane has claimed a victim once again, as we see the Skillmax and Mr. Tino going side by side down the Strawberry Straight. Skillmax trying to hold on to that inside line. There's contact between them, and I think there was contact between them once again as Mr. Tino maintains that position. Acid in 8th. He's trying to defend against the cars behind, and it looks like Mr. Spooky going into the wall over there, and it looks like Mr. Spooky did not lose any parts. It is very close between all of the cars. Bruder in 13th, trying to recover from that very costly mistake just a few laps earlier. Versatile in 4th place. He's going to be trying to attack his own teammate. Yes, Versatile gets 3rd place from Mr. Tino. Bruder now down in 12th, fighting for that double overtake. He's gonna go into 10th place now as they head into the double hairpins on this uphill section.
Versa and P3 has been the fastest man on track all day and has been closing the gap on Stappen by 1.2 seconds this lap alone. Can he do anything about it though, as the gap is... Oh, that's Champ Stappen into the pit lane for his final stop of the race. Jacob behind, also diving into the pit lane right behind him, and that's Versatile in the Haas staying out and finally leading the United States Grand Prix from the back at lap 1, now first in lap 29. His teammate Tino will inherit P2, which makes the Haas 1-2 for now. Stappen will come out of the pit lane in P4. Will he have enough time to get him back? Oh no, that's Tino into the wall as cocaine chicane claimed another victim. He sees his rival sail pass as he needs to drive a long while back into the pit lane.
So Mr. Tino now exiting the pits. He's going to be down in 12th position, miles off from the front pack. And it looks like, yes, Crispy is going to take 12th right from him. He's got a long ways to go to get up to the front, does Tino. Bruder fighting against the Racing Bull of Skillmax. He's trying to get that position. He's going to go down the inside at the uphill double hairpin. He's going to have that inside line for the next few corners over here. If you got that inside line going into the uphill hairpin, really gives you that advantage for really the entire sector. As we see Skillmax, he's going to try to fight this one back using his curves, but not too much. Bruder defending beautifully, putting on full display why he is the 4-time champ. He's going to go side by side with Mr. Bryan, even putting a sneak peek on the Red Bull ahead, and there's collision between Mr. Bryan and Skillmax. Skillmax is going to get away, no damage to him. Mr. Bryan losing his rear wing. Skillmax, he is going to have to inherit that 5-second penalty.
And what a race has it been once again. Legion Square just never fails to disappoint us. Versa all the way from the back into P1. What a drive. Champ Stappen will finish up in P2 after great racing. Jacob, the Formula 2 high-tech driver, reserving for the reigning world champion today in the Racing Bulls car, gets a podium. What a brilliant drive. Bruder, after suffering a fatal accident in the cocaine chicane earlier on in the race, comes home into P4. Skillmax struggling with his tyres there in the last section, and T-Dash is right on the back of him. This is going to go down right until the end. T-Dash down the inside of the double left-hander as he gets that P5 from Skillmax, but Skillmax gets that position back with some extra curves. Enaruva P7, Bluche P8, Acid P9, Babitsky P10, and all eyes now to Mr. Tino, who won this race last season, and it's going to be a P12 this season. What a shocker.